Hey there and welcome to our kitchen. I'm Jenny, this is Lauren, and we're two of Festival's Mealtime Mentors. Today we're bringing the world to your table with a fun twist on one of America's favorite sandwiches.
Yeah, that's right, Jenny. Today we are making a BLT salad, and we're changing it up a little bit. The first thing that we're changing up in the salad is that we're using kale, as you can see, instead of more of like a romaine or an iceberg lettuce.
Yeah, but the kale makes such a big difference. So if you think about salads, you want them to be really hearty, crunchy, and the kale does exactly that. So we have our lovely kale here, and the secret to the salad is actually making the kale really tender by massaging it.
Which sounds super weird or funny, I don't know which one, but it's really great because what it does is that massaging motion helps break down some of the fibers in the kale. So number one, it makes it taste a little bit less bitter, and also the texture really changes. So if you think about kale, it's really fibrous, but when you massage it, it actually just becomes more like your typical romaine or spinach or whatever it may be.
Makes it nice and tender. So what we're going to do is just put a little bit of salt on here. I've already washed my hands, so then salt it, and then I'm just gonna start massaging it. Just give it some love.
Just get right in there. And it's interesting when you do that because we'll notice that the amount really goes down because we are breaking down those fibers, which is really great. So while Jenny is chewing the kale with her fingers, I'm going to move on to our salad, or our dressing, I should say, for our salad. So typically with a BLT salad, you think of like a mayo-based dressing, but we wanted to kind of lighten it up a little bit and give it some more of those great fresh flavors that we love during the warmer weather months. So we're going to add in just some fresh squeezed lime juice, really fresh, a little bit of olive oil, and then paprika. Super simple. And then we're also just going to put in a little bit of salt and pepper and whisk it all together, and that is our dressing.
So easy.
And what's nice about this dressing, and really the salad in general, is it makes great leftovers. So number one, it will definitely feed a crowd. But number two, because of this lighter dressing, it'll last for, a day or two.
Yeah.
Which is really great.
And that's another really good thing about the kale. It doesn't really wilt like a romaine would after you have it in the fridge for a few days. So this makes fabulous leftovers.
And look at this kale.
Yeah.
It looks completely different after you massage it.
All right, so I'm gonna just rinse my hands quick.
Get this stuff out of the way. We can move on to our delicious toppings.
Yeah. So first up, we have our sun-dried tomatoes, and these were packed in oil, so we just drained them.
And if you didn't want to use the ones packed in oil, you could definitely use just regular sun-dried tomatoes. You just would want to soak them a little bit so that they aren't as hard.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then we have our bacon.
And today we're using the Alfresco chicken bacon, which is one of our newer favorite products. We love it because number one, it's a chicken bacon, so a little bit lighter, but also that it's pre-cooked. So all we had to do is just slice it up.
Yes, this is the easiest salad ever.
Which is good. That's what we want during the warm weather months. We want to be enjoying time with friends and family, not be in the kitchen.
Yeah, and then we have our grape tomatoes.
I love that we have two types of tomatoes in here and two very different flavors, but very typical for a BLT salad.
And something that you don't typically find in a BLT is our roasted corn.
Yes.
But we absolutely love this
Yes,
corn.
we are a huge fan of the Green Giant roasted veggies. They make tons of different varieties, but we find ourselves using the corn in so many different recipes, and we thought, what a perfect thing to add to this. It's got that great roasted flavor. As you can see, it has some char marks on it, which is great, but kind of a nice sweetness to this salad.
Yeah. And great color, too.
Yes, for sure.
All right, and now we've got our feta cheese.
So we're using feta today. We thought this paired really nicely with all the other flavors we have going on, but you could certainly use your favorite cheese or omit completely.
Yeah, and that goes for all of these ingredients. If you don't love one of them, just leave it out, not a big deal. And then last but not least, we have our green onions.
So super easy. I'm gonna add in our lime dressing here, and we'll just toss this up.
Yeah, it smells so good. You can grab that.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. So as we mentioned before, this makes great leftovers, and as you can see, it will feed a lot of people, but pairing this with maybe some burgers on the grill.
Yeah. It makes a great side salad, but it's also really good on its own.
Yes, it's very hearty. I mean, with the kale, like we talked about before, It's very fibrous, it's filling, and then we have all these great veggies in here too.
I love it.
So this looks great. I'm gonna serve you up some.
Thank you.
So we can give this a try. Well, I gotta give you some tomato for sure. Need the tomato. Yum. I love all the colors in here too.
Yeah, this is so pretty. It's so fresh.
Thank you. All right, let's dig in. Get some of this kale.
I absolutely love the dressing on this salad.
It's so fresh.
And it's super light, so it's absolutely delicious.
Yum.
We hope you give this really good BLT salad a try.
And for more recipes and resources from your mealtime mentors, visit fastfoods.com.